that.
Wow.
So it is the year of the rooster, according to Chinese horoscopes. And
Right.
yeah, so behind us you'll see a beautiful rooster that we are donating in our auction. It was quilted by a fabulous volunteer named Carol Sullivan. We
Right.
have the best volunteers at Volunteers in Medicine, so they
Hi, I'm back.
Hey there, she's back.
And, you know, I like the trim to it because it has an Asian feel to
Yeah.
it too. It's pretty
Right.
pretty clever.
She actually, Carol is, that's one of my favorite parts of working at VIM is meeting these amazing volunteers.
Yeah.
She's one of our lay volunteers is what we call them. She doesn't do any medical work. She's a greeter in the front desk and checks in the patients. But she is so talented, and she belongs to a quilting group. And every year they do a challenge, and they pick out of a bag, I think blindly, they pick out of a bag 3 different crayons with the colors. And the challenge is to take those colors and then make something beautiful, a quilt out of it. So she got sort of that lavender color in the flower, the green, and then like this brown color, and this is what came out of her mind.
That is beautiful.
I mean, she's just so talented, and so she, you know, showed us all as it was a work in progress, and this was all well before we had this theme for the gala, and so that happened, and then she offered to donate it.
That's right, she did. She stepped right up,
Yeah.
like all of our volunteers do when
She's
they
great.
Well,
hear
that's-
or learn of a need.
That is amazing. That's what we're here to talk about tonight is the people who volunteer. And on the videos on Facebook, I was impressed on your Facebook page, which is Volunteers in Medicine Clinic. Don't forget that extra word there, and it'll come up right away if you start typing. But my goodness, the testimonials, you know, from the people who've been helped, and also the nurses, you know, the team feeling there. My friend Mary Fields was out there in her shorts and t-shirt, you know, doing the ALS challenge. The whole group did it, and it's just so great because everybody's there and they care. They really care, and that's what came across in the videos. And especially Mary, she's so quiet and below the scenes. Hi, Mary, if you're listening out there.
She must be.
I hope she is. But she sent her 2 of her best here tonight, and we're going to talk about the clinic and also about this wonderful big benefit that you're doing, and that's coming up
January 28th.
right.
It's
January
called
28th.
the VIM Gala Good Fortune. We're
Okay.
celebrating the good fortune of VIM Clinic as well as all of our donors and the community.
That is great. And where is it going to be?
It's going to be at Mariner Sands Country Club.
Awesome. And that's right down there on US 1. And how much are tickets?
Tickets are $400 per person.
Okay.
Sponsorships start at $1,200
Okay.
and go up.
Okay. So you have some tickets left?
We do have some tickets. We do have some room if there's anyone out there that still wants to come.
It sounds great.
Absolutely.
What do we wear?
Well, it is black tie
Oh,
optional.
okay.
So lots of gals will be in their gowns with their dates, and yeah, so now that we have an Asian theme, we're hoping that we get some get to see some Asian style dresses.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
on
Some
our
nice
guests.
brocades and
Yeah.
silks and things. And what time is it going to be?
It's from 6 to 11 p.m.
Okay, and it's dinner and cocktails. that
Dinner,
kind of-
dancing,
Dinner,
cocktails,
dancing,
silent
okay.
and live auction.
Okay,
Yeah,
good. That's
yeah,
awesome.
It's good. I hear it is the party of the county.
Of the season, I'm
Yes,
sure,
of
at
the
least if
year.
not of
Yes,
the whole
it's
year.
Martin County's party of the year.
That's pretty cool. So how do people get an invitation? How do they pay? How do they get a ticket?
Well, they can call me.
Okay, and give us that number.
Give us that number.
772-463-4128, and Melissa's extension is
211.
211. Okay, great. And
What
Melissa,
a great team they are.
I'm telling you, see this? It takes teamwork to make the dream work. Whoa.
Oh, I
like
like
that.
that. She-
Yes, I use that in my everyday life. And Melissa, we had a nice conversation outside that you were from here, then moved away for a while, and you know people here because you're back here. But it's and you didn't grow up here.
No,
right?
I did grow up.
You did grow up here.
Yes.
That's right. You went away too and came back. So
Just
everybody
for
comes back.
college.
And why do we come back? The Martin County difference.
true. It is
That's right. It is
special
true.
here.
Yeah. But you are married to a native
Yes.
from here, and so we were having a conversation about all that and what you like to do, and I think what we like to do is live in Martin County because it's so special. Because you were up in Orlando for a while, right?
We lived in Central Florida for about 4.5 years, and there's no comparison. Being landlocked and then being down here on the Treasure Coast, I missed it every second that we were away, so I'm
Well, we're glad
really
you're
glad to be
back.
back.
And you've
Thanks.
been working in nonprofits for a while.
That's right. I finished my degree up in the Central Florida area and worked in a few nonprofits up there, and just my heart was down here with all my friends and
Yeah.
and some family. So
That's
we made the
good.
move back.
Oh, that's good. And so how long have you been back?
Well, now we've lived on the Treasure Coast for over 15 years,
Okay.
and we just did a 4.5 stint up in
Ah,
Orlando. So we've been back
okay.
for about 2 years now.
And you've been with the Volunteers in Medicine Clinic
For a
about a year, exactly, coming up on. That's great.
Yes.
And you're doing great things over there, so.
Yes. Well, I support a team that's doing great things.
Very true.
Mhm.
We all are just as good as the next person next to us, and we don't do it without those people next to us. And so, Kim, also you have your Master of Social Work.
Yes.
So you actually work with the people that come for help.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So I actually was hired, it's going on now 3 years in March, as part of a grant that we received from Blue Cross Blue Shield. And the
Oh.
whole idea behind the grant was to really treat the whole person. And as part of that grant, we hired a psychiatric nurse practitioner. She
Good.
came on a year before me. And then I came on to kind of complete that piece. And that's because really I think everybody should be treated that way, but our patient population specifically has a higher level of needs. And so they're coming into the clinic and they're sick and they need medication and they need, different things, but they don't have a ride to the doctor's office and they don't have money for the medication, and who cares if I have diabetes when I'm about to, be evicted from my apartment, and
Right.
all of those things are kind of coming along with it. And so my job is to meet with the patients, assess them, figure out what their needs are, link them with resources,
Good.
empower them to be able to, kind of maybe avoid those things in the future.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, I've also begun screening the patients, because there is a screening process to become a patient.
That's what I was going to ask you. What are the criteria? Because it is a free clinic, correct?
Absolutely free. There
That's
are
amazing.
never any monies exchanged at all, which is why the gala is so important. But
Yes.
we do everything for free. A huge part of that is a partnership with Martin Memorial, which we can talk more about in a little
Okay.
bit. But
Good.
the requirements are that you live in Martin County, you have no insurance, and you're within 200% of the federal poverty level. So
Wow.
what
Okay.
that means is, for a single person, your
Mhm.
gross income can't be over 23,700.
Okay.
For a family of 4, the gross income can be 48,600. So
Okay.
that actually encompasses a large portion of the population here in Martin County, because
Wow.
we think so much about probably a lot of what you see, these very high income people that live here, or retirees that
Yeah.
have had successful careers. But to support all of that, we have a lot of service industry and things like that to support this wonderful
Right.
lifestyle that we have here. And those people don't always earn as much, know?
No. And, fortunes can change.
True, absolutely.
You could be up one day and down the next, so you always have to know. And this is a very well hidden secret. I mean,
Mhm.
it's a true treasure of the Treasure Coast. And literally, I found out because Mary and I are in another organization, the Junior League of Martin County, which does great work, service organization for just about anything, but mostly we concentrate on mothers and children and families. Well, that's kind of everybody, isn't it?
Exactly.
So I was dropping her off, and she says, "Well, I'm right across the street over there," because we had just been at some other place, and it was really nearby. I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, you're at Volunteers in Medicine? Like, why didn't I know this?"
Right.
It's so funny. So she's very quiet about it, very keeps to herself about it, but she's just one of those unsung heroes. And so this show is about those unsung heroes who I think deserve a shining light on them because of the work they do quietly and without any fanfare, but they just do it diligently. One of your main doctors who's been there a long, long time, I saw him on the Facebook, on Facebook, not the Facebook, but the Facebook page. And just the intelligence and the care, the heart that goes into it. So I just love that. It gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, there's really something special about the clinic. I worked in oncology social work prior to coming here,
Yes.
which I had an amazing experience doing that. When I came to the clinic, though, I started calling it medical utopia, which I don't know. to me, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because for the patients, obviously,
Yeah.
it's completely free. The level of care they receive, the attention that they get, it's so much different than
Yeah.
what we all get using
It's
our health
really,
insurance.
I know, the standard, like, we don't care.
No,
Yeah,
and,
like,
and so
get in line care.
that's amazing on their end. But for the staff, we have a few nurse practitioners on staff, but then all of the volunteers,
Yeah.
it's utopian for them as well because they don't have all of those burdens of having to, you know, make sure that they're getting enough patients in the door
Got
and
it, the
filing the
insurance
insurance
thing, yeah.
claims and just all of those kind of messy details that take the joy out of why they got into medicine
Yeah,
in
to
the first
help
place.
people.
Yeah, just the whole reason of being there to help the person is all they get to focus on. And
Wow.
so it's just this beautiful marriage of the patient getting what they need and the provider getting what they need, and it just results in this
A
high
good
quality
marriage.
care.
It really is. It's a very happy union of people making things work. It's neighbors helping neighbors. And we keep mentioning Mary's name. Mary Fields is the executive director
Yes.
for Volunteers in Medicine Clinic. And it's located on Balboa Avenue. So it's just right off Ocean Boulevard, near downtown. And it's 417 Southeast Balboa Avenue, correct?
Yes.
And again, the phone number is 463-4128. And you can, if you have an extension you want to go, you can just probably press the operator and somebody
Yes.
will come on eventually. But it's on Facebook, so you can go to facebook.com/volunteers in medicine clinic, or just start typing up in the window Volunteers in Medicine Clinic. And also, it's vimclinic.net
Yes.
on the internet. So that's got lots of good things there. And can they get a ticket to the gala
They
there?
can. They
Okay.
can register online
Ah,
to our gala.
there you go. Okay, see how that works?
They don't even have to talk to me.
They don't have to talk to you. It goes straight to the source. That's right. And credit cards are welcome.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Always.
Charge it, baby. So, what are some of the things that you're going to have auctioned off? Can you talk about that at all?
Oh, sure. We've got some great things. We have a trip to Tuscany, Italy.
Okay, I'm there.
That's one of our live auction items.
Wow.
We have one of our doctors, Dr. Stuart he's a pilot, and he has donated a trip in his Cessna to wherever in Florida you want to go.
Oh, I love it.
How cool is that?
Yeah, that's very cool.
So the winner of that will get to decide if they want to go to the Keys or over to the West Coast or up to Melbourne, wherever. And a donor has thrown in lunch, a gift card for lunch. So it should be a really
Nice.
fun day. Yeah.
Wow.
How often do you
Airplane
get to
chauffeur.
charter
Yeah, and
Yeah.
how often do you get lunch on an airplane these days?
Right.
I suppose you'll get it when you get land. You going to land and have lunch somewhere?
It all depends. To be worked out with the pilot.
That's good. So more than peanuts is great.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
this is what I'm saying. The commercial airlines don't treat you that well.
No, and now they use pretzels because people have peanut
Oh,
allergies.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why they're doing pretzels.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't like pretzels. I mean, they're carbs. They're useless carbs. I don't want that. Okay, now we have some friends on Facebook, and I'm going to just take a second to say
You
hello
want to acknowledge them.
and acknowledge them. Bill Boyce. Oh boy, we love Bill. His wife is retired Lieutenant Colonel Jill Boyce, and I had her on the show for Veterans Day with the DAR. And he says the nonprofit organizations in the Treasure Coast and their partnerships with each other make us a special area. That is so true. And Donna Moore, thank you, Donna, for chiming in. Volunteers in Medicine is great. You helped me a great deal in the past. Thank you. Good evening, ladies.
Wow.
How about that? So right out from the crowd, we have a testimonial. And we have people on that haven't made a comment. So please do hit the like button and the heart button for you love us. Share this with your friends right now while we're on the air, and it'll go out there and maybe go viral. Plus, I'm going to give you a little bit of information. I am gearing up to transition from my profile, personal profile, where the puppies and kittens and babies are, to go to my own Martin County Difference page. The Martin County Difference, I have the page. I'm transferring the videos over there that I've saved and all the broadcasts I've done, also on YouTube. And eventually we're going to broadcast, and I'm going to give a cutoff date eventually once I get as many of my friends to like it as I can, so that they are alerted when this goes on the air, and you can watch it then from that page and share it with and then you don't even have to be a Facebook friend of mine, but as long as I can start to get an audience, which is great. And I'm just having a blast, and as I was telling these nice ladies out in the hallway, in the ante room. This all started because of Healthy Start Coalition and the Dancing with the Martin Stars, of which I was a cast member, and I almost ended up in a cast in September. So in July I started the show because I was like, how am I going to raise all this money? So I ended up doing it and having a blast. And
tell them how much you raised.
Oh, don't make me.
This is amazing. This is truly amazing. Most organizations, an entire organization doesn't do as much as you did.
Well, I hope you do better than I did, because
Right.
you've got the potential to do that with lots of people coming in at $400 a ticket. I was able to raise $38,000.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
See how her eyes went wide? when
That
you
is-
said,
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you.
that's
And that was
beautiful.
$5 and on up.
That's
Wow.
fabulous.
So thanks to every single person who gave any amount of money. You made it all worthwhile. And I got 3 9s on my dance. Okay, I'm not happy about that, but at least I survived and my knees didn't go out on me. So, but it was quite the experience of a lifetime. And I tell you what, it has in just my horizons, you know, just like meeting you guys tonight, doing this show, getting to know more people in my community. It's opened up my world. So I'm very grateful on that. Tina White with the Junior League, she's the one who pushed me into it. And so I want to thank all the people at Healthy Start Coalition. And it's coming around in a year again, so I promised them that I would have them back, if I'm still here, and I think I will be, on the air in 1 year's time, to talk about the event coming up. I was in the 6th annual one, and now this will be coming up on the 7th annual one.
Wow.
This, I know. And it's a great organization. And you know, it's a 501c3, and that's where the germ of the idea came out. Let's talk to all the people who do 501c3, who, you know, they're not out in it for the money. They're in it to help people. And so I lifted the Martin County Difference slogan, and here's the show. And the long title is The Martin County Difference with Julia Sansevier, your dancing realtor. But I've shortened it now. We're going to go businessy. But you can still refer to me as the dancing realtor, but I don't dance in the show. Okay, the dancing part's over with.
Yeah.
I
Why
did
not?
that. Because I have bad knees.
Oh.
And it was the Latin Hustle. I need a partner. Anybody know the Latin Hustle here?
No.
No. Okay. So you know, I could probably do a little twirl myself. But Elliot Acosta was my partner. We had a fun time, and it was all worth it for the babies. But anyway, back to the show here. We're going to have a break.
Right.
Thank
and
you.
then we'll come back to the show.
And then we'll come back to the show, right, with Melissa and Kim from Volunteers in Medicine Clinic, and we'll talk a little real estate, we'll talk a little gala, we'll talk. We'll be on live on Facebook. We're going to take a break on the radio and the internet. So stay tuned out there in Radio Land, and we'll be back in a couple minutes. Thanks. Okay. And there's my music. And so now we can talk here. And hi, Facebook friends. So if anybody out there has bought a ticket or wants a ticket, chime in, or has ever been to the gala, tell us what your experience was. Or you've had an experience with Volunteers in Medicine like Donna Moore did. We'd love to hear about it and talk to us here. And I'm on Facebook on my laptop over here. So don't think I'm not listening and paying attention. Every now and again I look over. But I have to look at it and see. So, and also I'm with Coldwell Banker. And I've got a couple of good listings to share with you tonight of all prices. And I'll do that when we come back on the radio too. But I've got, as a matter of fact, in Mariner Sands. Oh, yes, a beautiful home for $359,000. And it's got a pool, and it's 3 bedrooms and 2.5 baths in the Ironwood section, which is very nice. And it's really like an enchanting villa. It's just, you feel like you're in Tuscany. She has bougainvillea growing all over in the courtyard, and she has a fairy garden. It's so cute. It's just adorable walking up, and it's just whimsical, you know, so it's really sweet. 30 seconds. Okay. See, I can talk. Oh, we have my sister, Catherine Massey, in Houston, listening to your show. Thank you, Catherine. You're such a good, loyal sister. So, yeah, she's a good sister. She is. And so thank you, and I appreciate all the comments, and I'm learning more as we go each week how to do the Facebook thing and everything. But do tune in a few weeks' time. I'll be on Facebook.
5 seconds.
Okay, 5 seconds. Just Facebook on my page, on my business page, the Martin County Difference. So look for it and like it. Are we back?
We'll be in a minute.
Oh, okay. There's music or something. Where are the headphones?
To you, Digital 1450, back to your host, Dancing Realtor, Julia Sansevier.
Okay, thanks everybody for sticking with us on radio 1450 AM and on WSTUTV.com. This is the Martin County Difference. And tonight I have Volunteers in Medicine Clinic with me, Kim Ouellette and Melissa Winstead. And it's funny because both of your last names are people I knew in my previous other
funny.
life. Yeah. There's a very funny comedian and comedy writer, Liz Winstead. She was a friend of mine when I worked on the Jon Stewart show. The Daily Show.
Oh, yeah.
Right, The Daily Show. When actually, and when it was before it was John, it was Craig Kilborn. She created the show. So hi, Liz, if you're out there. We're friends on Facebook, I think. And Kim Ouellette, one of my tennis coach is Ken Ouellette over at Yacht and Country Club, and then no relation. I know, isn't that funny? And it's not
No,
I don't know, maybe it is like Smith in France. I don't know, because it's a French name.
It's like Smith in New England.
Oh,
maybe not like Smith, but
Right.
something a little
Johnson.
more well known.
Well known, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's, well, my maiden name is Clegg, C-L-E-G-G, and nobody ever had that name, and then I went to England one time, and I went, I'll be, there's Clegg Taylors, there's Clegg this, so it was a very English name, and I had never seen it. I'm like,
See, I would have thought it to be German.
Clegg, C-L-E-G-G? No, that would be K-L-E-I-G, the Clegg light.
Clegg.
Clegg light, but now I'm,
Oh, all right.
just Clegg.
Soft sound C.
Yeah.
Okay.
Soft, yeah. Soft,
Okay.
kind of soft. But anyway, and I do work in real estate here and in Coldwell Banker, and our office is right next to Office Depot and over there in the Stuart Center, right on US 1, just south of Monterey. And we have a great office, and real quickly I'm going to run through a few listings. Mine that I have in Mariner Sands, I was just telling Melissa and Kim, their gala is going to be there, don't miss it. When? January 28th. That's right. And you can go on the website at vimclinic.net and purchase a ticket. And great auction items there. So anyway, but in Mariner Sands, I have a beautiful home, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, very affordable with a pool for $359,000. It's courtyard style. It's in the ironwood section, beautiful, and it is like an Italian villa. And it made me think of it because you said the trip to Tuscany. Yeah, so it is like a trip to Tuscany in her little house there. It's beautiful. You walk up, bougainvillea covered walkway, courtyard, gorgeous, and a swimming pool, which is very nice. One of the few in there with a swimming pool in that area, in that section. Then I have an oceanfront rental for the season. Anybody got a friend who wants to come here for 3 months to our beautiful Treasure Coast? At Oceana, I have a beautiful, completely gutted, renovated oceanfront condo for $3,000 a month. It's almost a 2-bedroom. It's 1 bedroom and a den, and then the den you can, have a guest.
Yeah.
You can convert it, right? And 1.5 bathrooms, and it's gorgeous. And then Bayshore Boulevard area, I have a lot in Port St. Lucie. That's $31,009. So all different prices. And over in Miles Grant, a friend of mine in my office has a wonderful condo. That's a 55-plus golf community in Miles Grant, and it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom on the 2nd floor for only $105,000. I mean, that's a deal, and it's very nicely appointed inside. And then today, our office goes on office tour, on property tour, on Wednesday mornings after our meeting. And we saw a beautiful home, all new. I had watched this development start. It's on Becker Road. It's called Veranda Gardens, right across from Tesoro. And a couple of years ago, there was absolutely nothing there. Well, there are now a bunch of beautiful homes, and they're getting ready to finish the country club, or the club, the community clubhouse there. And one of our agents, Debbie, has a listing in there on Huntington Circle for $499,000 on a premium lot on the lake. And we were all talking about it. This was an incredible deal because you couldn't build that house. It had every upgrade, gorgeous inside. And she's even willing to sell it furnished at that price. And a house like that, on a lot like that, would not be priced any less than like around $525,000 with the builder. They couldn't repeat building that house for a $499,000 price. So this is a beautiful home. Oh my goodness. It's it's got a 3-car garage.
Furnished, you said.
Furnished.
Wow.
And really nice furnishings, like you feel like you've walked into a gorgeous showroom. It's just beautiful furnishings. So it's 3 bedrooms and 3 full baths. It was built in 2016. So I mean, it's brand new.
Brand new,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if you're looking for a new home, that's a great area. And there's a public shopping center. There's all kinds of stuff out there now. Used to be nothing, but now
I can attest to it being a great area. I live over there in South Bend, so
Oh,
I drive by
okay.
Granite Falls every day.
Yes.
I love it. I looked at all the models. They're gorgeous.
Yes, absolutely,
Mhm.
right? Pulte does a great job.
Mhm.
And are we all ready for a break?
I know, we were long on our first segment, so.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna get this break, this will be our last break.
Oh, okay, good. So
Alright.
we had our little real estate moment. So we'll come back and talk more about Volunteers in Medicine Clinic. Thanks. Stay tuned. Okay. So we're still on Facebook. Hello. And I will be posting this on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page that I've built for it. And oh, my sister, she says she loves me. I love you, Catherine. You're so sweet. She's 1.5 years older than I am, so we were very close growing up. There are 4 of us, and you know, we would also fight like cats and dogs, as you know how that goes. But then we would kiss and make up. We were like,
Sure.
I love you.
4 girls?
4 girls.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, lots of estrogen in that house. My poor father. We even had a female dog. Back in Houston, Texas. So hi, all my friends. And we're with Volunteers in Medicine Clinic tonight, and I've got a great show also coming up next week. I'll talk about it before we sign off. We're getting into the art season here, and I've had a couple of people on already that brought artwork with them. We had Lahia, because they're having an auction, and they had a beautiful piece of work. You've got this. And is this one of the auction items?
It is. It's
Okay.
one of our silent auction items.
Okay, that is
And
beautiful.
we actually have a lot of artwork in our auction this year.
Okay.
Today we just were told that Geoffrey Smith
Yes.
is going to donate a sculpture.
Oh,
Yes, we're really
Love
excited. We
that.
have no idea what it looks like.
Great
Oh.
guy.
But
He
we
is
are
wonderful.
really excited about that.
If you don't know Geoffrey
15
Smith, he is a local hero. Okay, so we're coming back in about 15 or so seconds. So we'll continue to talk about that on the radio for sure. Wow. Yeah, he did the sailfish downtown in the fountain.
Mhm.
And the new one. With
And the new
bird.
one with the bird.
And we had a client who donated some.
Right, one of our clients is an artist. I think he donated last year as well. He's
Now
a
back
metal
to the
set.
Martin
That's
County
nice.
Difference here on WSTU Digital 1450. Back to your host, dance and realtor Julia Sansa.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for staying with us on the radio, 1450 AM, and on WSTUTV.com, and on Facebook. And we've been on Facebook, and I want to say a shout out on the radio and the internet to my sister, Catherine Massey, who says she loves me on Facebook. And boy, she actually posted that. She said, I love you. So I love you, Catherine. Thanks. And she gave me the great idea of, you know, our veterans are so wonderful. And that's how I ended up having the DAR on, you know, celebrating Veterans Day, and having and so anytime we do a veteran, it's a great show, believe me, because everybody loves our veterans. And I had Honor Flight, and they're going to come back
Oh, I love that.
because I've got my friend in my office, Bob Epp, was in World War II. He was in the Navy. And he was a young 16 and 17-year-old
Wow.
kid. Yeah. So I was riding the car with him today, going up to the property tour, and hearing great stories from him. Oh my gosh! So he's going to come on here in April or in March sometime before the thing. They go in April. That's another trip they go. So I said, Bob, you're coming on the show. He keeps us so entertained. He is so funny. He's the Henny Youngman of our office. I think he invented real estate in Martin County. But anyway, thanks for everybody tuning in. And Volunteers in Medicine Clinic is here tonight. They are completely volunteer. They have free care for people who do qualify. And it's a monetary thing. You do need to not be able to afford other regular care. And I would say that's a good deal, because the way you get treated at Volunteers in Medicine Clinic is amazing. And I encourage you to go on the Facebook page, Volunteers in Medicine Clinic, and look at their videos of their testimonials from people. They are just so complimentary from the heart. I mean, you have saved people's lives, and, you know, heart illness, lung, everything. And
I can share a story or two. If you
please
have a moment.
do. Thank you. I would love
Sure,
it.
yeah. There's so many, but just to kind of touch on a few. One was a new patient in this last year, a young man in his early 30s. He came in so thin, you know, I mean like 100 pounds.
Oh my
And he
gosh.
would come in clutching a pillow to his chest, and he was just in such severe pain. And he was so young, you know, we just didn't understand why. We got him in with one of our clinical directors, Alan Edison, who's fabulous, heart of gold. Alan spent that time, you know, gave him that time and that care that you can't always get in a regular
Right.
doctor's office, had him back regularly. Turns out he had uncontrolled diabetes. He had all these other, like, neuropathy and these pain issues that were probably associated with the diabetes, but all these pieces weren't really put together when he first came in. We set him up with Dr. Guerrero, one of our volunteers. He's an endocrinologist, and they were able to not only get his diabetes under control, but through this, you know, this scrutiny, being able to watch him the way that we do with our patients, they were able to figure out that he had a coexisting disease that basically made him unable to absorb any nutrients. That's why he was so thin.
Gosh.
So, and being so thin, you know, his body was just hurting more, and the pain and everything. And so now one of the things we do for a lot of our patients is we use patient assistance programs through the drug companies.
Right.
We do everything you need to do to apply. So there's, of course, a fancy, expensive drug that can help with this coexisting disease. No one would be able to afford that on their own. But we can apply to the program, and the drug company will now send it to us for free for him.
Wow.
So that's a great
That's
story.
a very good story, and basically a miracle.
Yes,
To
and
get-
and had he not had us, he's been unable to work because of the state he's been in. So he has not qualified for any insurance, even through the Affordable Care Act. You have to have at least some income, and so
Right.
he's in this gap of people that have no access to
Yeah.
care. So so getting him in and getting these things figured out has definitely set him on the right path.
That's great, and that's really your job description, Kim, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
what you do as a caseworker.
Yeah, I help with those extra things. You know,
Right.
we have a fabulous staff. We have so many volunteers, but the staff that we have 3 medical assistants that we could not do what we do without them, because they're sort of the behind the scenes. They get those drugs from the drug companies and all of that. But I'm trying to see exactly. We have 10 full-time staff, which includes all the administrative
Okay.
staff, myself, a couple of nurse practitioners, the medical assistants, Melissa, and then we have 4 part-time as well. So
Okay.
that's it for staff.
Yeah.
Then we have 106 volunteers.
Wow.
So that's how we do what we do. 33 of those volunteers are medical providers. So
Okay.
whether that's a doctor, nurse practitioner, licensed medical providers, having that one-on-one exam with the patient, and then so many others that we call like lay volunteers who help us with clerical work and office work and
Quilts.
quilts,
Quilts.
whatever we need, exactly. RNs and what we call PCTs, those are like, they can do vital signs and things like that.
Okay, right.
Yep, so, so we really need their help to do what we do. And just another story that I wanted to share recently that happened that just wouldn't happen necessarily in that world of being a person with insurance. One of our long-term patients, she's a woman in her, I think, early 50s, been a patient of ours for a long time, had breast cancer in the past. Had some issues going on. We set her up with a gastroenterologist. She got scoped and everything, and it turned out that she has gastric cancer now.
Oh.
Unrelated to the previous cancer, just
Yeah.
bad luck.
Yeah.
And so we got the diagnosis, we get on the phone. We don't always have everybody that we need who comes into the clinic because it's just not necessarily
Right.
warranted.
Right.
But we have so many partners in the community that are willing to give their time. So we get on the phone, we get her set up with Dr. Rittersbach, who is a surgeon he specializes in like the gastrointestinal tract surgery and oncology. And all of those appointments were arranged within 1 week of her diagnosis.
Ooh.
If any of you guys have ever had a friend or family member or personal experience with cancer, that's just not even how it
No,
works.
that's not how it works in medical.
You know.
In the medical world, the standard medical world, nothing works that fast.
It's very slow at times.
Very.
So they're always willing to help us and help our patients. Both of those, I'm not sure about the oncologist, but Dr. Rittersbach I know is an employee of Martin Memorial, and I don't want to finish our conversation without saying how much they do for us. The partnership we have with them allows us to do what we do because they do all of our lab work, all of our diagnostics. charity
Wow.
care if a patient ends up in the hospital. Just wanted to share, I have it here. In the last year, they've given over $4.7 million worth of care to our
Woo.
patients. So
Right, and I think your budget for the year, it takes almost $1 million. It's up there, close to $1 million to run the clinic, and
That's
that
right.
comes from your donors and some grant money.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's why our Good Fortune Gala is so important, because it raises nearly half of our annual budget.
Yeah, so you
So-
guys come get your tickets.
Yes, buy your tickets.
Buy your tickets, and you know what, $400 is a deduction for you, and that's a good thing. So it's a win-win because you're helping people in need, and this wonderful organization that does it without any bells or whistles or strings. Now, they have the bells and whistles, they do it without any strings attached, I should say, and treat people like kings and queens without the strings. Oh, there we go, I'm rhyming again. So, thanks, Frank. You got a giggle out of Frank. I want to say hi again real quickly on Facebook. Thanks, Jane Harness, for sharing this program, and Catherine Massey, my sister in Houston. Katie Foot Bourgeois, she's my partner in crime. She's my president-elect for the Women's Council of Realtors. I'm the president. I have my first meeting tomorrow, so look out. Mary Taylor Michalski, thank you. And Deb Frogner, oh my gosh, she's a friend of mine from Women's Club of Stuart. George Howe, he's a friend in real estate in the mortgage world. And Bill Boyce and Terry Molka, and Alicia Hassler-Hebner. Okay, so we've got lots of people on tonight. And you know what, I'll get up and there'll be more people on the phone. I always say this every time. I'm still trying to figure out, how do I see all those people? Well, I figured it out. I'm going to be going on my own page. On the personal profile, you can't really see everybody in the engagements. So once I get this over onto my own, the Martin County Difference page, it will start to show me more information, on how you can do and see your analytics. So I'm excited about that. So stay tuned for, the countdown to doing that. I don't know when it's going to be, but it'll be soon. So I'm hitting the like button and sharing this with everybody I know on Facebook so that you'll follow me over there. Because it's really, I like doing it. It's a good show with a heart, and I'm having a fun time, and I'm meeting wonderful people like Kim and Melissa. So one more time about the gala. It's $400 a ticket. It's January 28th. Is that a Saturday?
It is a Saturday.
Okay.
And it's at Mariner Sands Country Club.
Mariner Sands.
From
And
6 to 11.
dining and dancing and cocktails,
Dining
and
and
wear your
dancing.
finest. And you've got, how many auction items do you have at this point, do you know?
To date, we had about 145 items
Whoa.
come in. We've packaged them down to about 70, 75. So,
Oh my gosh.
we've got some fabulous offerings.
Well, the Tuscany thing, I'm going for that. That's gorgeous. I've always wanted to go to Tuscany.
Yeah,
So
who
maybe-
doesn't, right?
Yeah, right?
It's just gorgeous.
Oh my gosh. So, and more about how do people find you? I mean, besides, word of mouth, do you do any of that? I mean, I'm here to tell everybody about it tonight on the radio, but you just get people coming from other places that.
You mean as in donors?
Well, that too, but also the clients that you get.
Well, that happens in many ways. We do have, so many partnerships, again, with the hospital. They'll
Right.
refer, if they have
Okay.
somebody coming into the ER repeatedly, they'll refer them over to us. I am a member of the Martin County Interagency Coalition, which is, it's sort of like we sort of say it's a chamber for nonprofits. So we all meet, actually we had our monthly meeting today. We also meet in Indiantown once a month. And that's where we can all go, and we have topics each month, but we also just share information about what's going on. And it's a great opportunity because when you're working in nonprofits, you are going to have crossover with each other as far
Right.
as my client needs this from you and vice versa. And so it's good for us to be able to do that. So that's something we do. We've also been given a grant this year from Allegheny Franciscan Ministries. We had one last year working with the homeless and partnered with La Jolla. We still have
Okay.
somebody who goes to La Jolla once a month to screen patients there. But
And La Jolla is Love and Hope in Action, and they were on the show, I think, just last week. My week is like, Christmas and New Year's and everything. Yeah, they are awesome.
they're fabulous. But this new grant is for outreach because we just have heard that for so many years. The VIM clinic's been in Martin County for over 21 years.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And people just don't know about it. And I think part of that's because if you don't need it, you don't know.
Yeah.
But we all probably know someone who needs it, or at least knows someone who needs it.
Absolutely.
So
We're called the best kept secret in Martin County.
we are, and so we
Yeah.
were hearing that too much, and so
Yeah.
this new grant is for outreach, and we're doing as much of that as we can. Where if you have a business, maybe a small business, and
Right.
you've got fabulous employees, but you just can't provide health insurance to them,
Mhm.
we'd love to come and give you information about how to get them into the clinic, because if they're ill, they're not coming to work, and your business suffers.
That's right.
So, we want to keep the
Everything's
county
connected.
healthy.
Yeah,
Exactly. We
right.
want to keep people healthy, and that's that preventative care, that outpatient care. That's what keeps people healthy, not, getting sick and going to the ER. That's just a Band-Aid that's
Yes,
going to come
yes.
off.
So that's good you go further back. And that's what I got the point completely about Healthy Start Coalition. They start in the womb.
Mm-hmm.
They make sure that the woman gets into prenatal care and then has education and programs that she can access to make her have a healthy start with her baby. And they work with the baby up to 3 years of age. And then, Tykes and Teens is around. We have some great, they've been on the show, and they're fabulous. And then, Lahia takes care of you when you're well beyond and you've got homeless issues or something, or whatever. And then the clinic is Volunteers in Medicine is awesome. I'm just very impressed that Martin County has this. I don't know too many places that have something like that.
At any given time, we see about 1,000 patients. We have about 1,000 clients, but there are over 7,000
Yes.
in Martin County
That
without
would
insurance.
meet our
So there is a
criteria.
great
Okay.
need,
Yeah.
and we need to spread the word and let others know that we're there.
There is
We're
help.
here for them.
Right, right.
And there used to be some, I don't know if I want to say myths, but people used to think, there's a long wait list, you can't get in there. We don't have a wait list. They just need
okay,
to
good.
call.
Good.
They can speak to me, Kim, and I can go over the screening. Sometimes people will go to our website and see the list of things they would need to bring to a screening and get overwhelmed. They may not be, a super organized person or have all their paperwork in order. I would encourage them to just pick up the phone and call me, because I can talk you through each bit of information that you need to bring. If you think this doesn't apply to you, well, I have an answer for what will work in place of that. So if they just give us a call, I can help them figure out.
That's
how to
good.
get
And that
medication.
phone number is 772-463-4128. And if you have a question, we still have a few minutes on the air. You can call in here at 772-220-9788. Those are the last 4 digits that say WSTU. So 772-220-9788. Or call Kim at, and you don't have to talk to Kim or Melissa, but you can call and ask for them, and you can just call and see if you need help or go there. It's located on Balboa Avenue, 417 Southeast Balboa, right off of Ocean Boulevard, right near downtown. And the phone number is 772-463-4128. Their website's awesome, vimclinic.net. And Facebook, if you're out there on Facebook, you should look them up after the show. Don't leave before the show is over. But, do look them up. They're great. They have a really good Facebook page. And I'll return back a minute to you guys. I just want to say I found this interesting article, and it surprised me. But I do send out from time to time to my customer base tips on homes and everything. And I have a Facebook page for real estate. It's Julia Sansevier Florida waterfront expert. I always forget the name. Florida waterfront specialist, something like that. I don't know. Just look up my name. Anyway, so I'm out there. Text me, tweet me. You feel me? No, but I am on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. So follow me. And my slogan is make a difference, make it happen. But this is the Martin County difference. And there's this homeowners update. And I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what? And it said that bring on the green. Well, you're appropriately dressed. It said that green is in. Green of all different colors bring the outside in, and green works to perk up a kitchen, a living. There you go. You got your tie on. It's green, and bring it into the kitchen. Pale greens, that kind of thing. And I thought, well, that's interesting. And a pillow, accessories, and the couch. And I thought, well, that's interesting because yellow for a while was like that. So it's nice. And in Florida, that works.
Green is a good color if you lived in Tuscany. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Back to Tuscany. Oh, Russell Dunn. Thank you. Hi, Russell. He says I look great and sound great, too. Hi, Russell. Russell and I go way back. We worked in television together on The Daily Show Back in the day, yeah, and Maury Povich. And hi, Russell. Thanks for tuning in. And he's out in California now, and he's doing real estate. So look him up if you're out there in LA. Great realtor. You know, he's great at everything, aren't you, Russell? Anyway, so the psychology of colors. That's what they talk about in this article. That you want soothing colors. You don't want to offend anybody walking into a room. And I thought, well, that's interesting. And we emphasize neutral, but they say don't always go so neutral that it's blah.
Right.
You know, do have a spark of color and accessorize. But, you know, and for as far as I know, gray, the oyster gray is still in. You know, put that out there. And I was in this house today, the one in Veranda Gardens, gorgeous. And it had done not everything, but it was really tastefully done in shades of gray. It made me think, 50 Shades of Gray, but I divert. Anyway, no, it was really pretty house, and you know, so call me at 772-919-1385 or go on my Facebook page, Julia Sansevier, Florida Waterfront Specialist. And I also have a regular webpage, juliasansevier.com. But I'm at Coldwell Banker here in Stuart. I serve the Treasure Coast, and actually if you have somebody who's moving away or moving in, I do all kinds of referrals. I'm going to be president of the Women's Council of Realtors, and I know people all over the United States, but particularly Florida. So I want to thank my guests tonight. We want to wrap up with Volunteers in Medicine Clinic, give out their information again, and because they do such a great job, don't hesitate to get a ticket to the event coming up January 28th. It's their big gala event, and they're a completely volunteer organization, and this is where they get a large percentage of their funds to work on throughout the year. And going to be some great auction items. That trip to Tuscany, I want to do that. And they're $400, and you can get them on the website, right?
Correct, that's right. Or you can call me.
Or you can call you, yes, at
772-463-4128, extension 211.
Yes.
Got it that time.
Very, very good. And you've been there a year. You've got 4 grown kids. How do you do it all?
Oh, well, they're grown and moved out.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's how.
So that is very helpful. Yeah.
That's good. Are they in Florida?
They are not. Only one is in Florida. The rest have flown the
coop.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's a great place to come back to. I bet they
It
like
is.
coming back and
They
visiting.
always come for Christmas, so
Yeah.
I'll have a house full.
Yeah, because it's warm here at Christmas. I like that. And what about you, Kim? What's going on in your family life? Just tell us a little bit about you.
Oh, I have a 3-year-old daughter.
Okay.
So that's about everything.
Well, that is
It
everything.
takes a lot of energy.
I would say.
But she's, like I always say, I got a good one. So I've been
okay.
very blessed. She's the light of my life. And it's just fun to experience everything, like Christmas just passed.
Yeah.
And everything's a new experience because you experience it through their eyes. And
Exactly. I was just going to say,
Yeah.
you see the world through their eyes.
Yeah.
And it's so cool.
yeah, and having her grow up here, my husband and I both grew up here, and
Right.
we love the fact that we're going to be raising our daughter here.
Absolutely, and that brings me back to mind that Jeffrey Smith, a local artist here, well-renowned local artist, has donated a beautiful sculpture to the auction, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And so I don't know if everybody heard that because I think we might have done it in the break and sent it on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're out there in Radioland or WSTUTV.com and now you're hearing this for the first time, you've got to come to this auction just to have a chance to bid on something of Jeffrey's. I mean, his work is so fabulous. He's responsible for our beautiful sailfish fountain and for this lovely bird that's going up now on Colorado Avenue, right? And it's just signature work that he does of Florida wildlife. And we are the sailfish capital of the world. Most of you out there know that if you're from here locally, but not everybody knows that. And some people move here and don't know that. So that's, I feel like I can give some good news to people when they move here. I'm like, oh, by the way, you're in the sailfish capital of the world. Like, oh, great. And so, it is fun to be that and to be the town we are. And I think we owe it to our town leaders from 25, 35 years ago who put the 4-story moratorium. Thanks. Okay, only 1 minute left on the radio, but we'll be on Facebook for a minute more. Who made this a special place. We have low density. And in fact, my friend Bob Epp was talking about it today. I'm going to have him on for the veterans. In Fort Lauderdale, it's, I think, 225 units per acre. Here, we're like 20 units per acre. I mean, when you get down to the acreage of the county, that kind of thing. But of course, it's not all filled in that way. So our density, our low traffic, our population density is great. We do fill up in snowbird season, which is now. So for all you snowbirds out there listening, here's a great event for you to go to be a part of. And the cultural scene is great. Next week, I want to promote the Martin County Open Studio Tour is going to be here in the studio. So tune in next week on Wednesday, 7 to 8 p.m. You're in front of me. Go away. Talk to you later, everybody. Bye-bye. Have a great week. So yeah, I'm glad I remembered to get that in. The Martin County Open Studio Tour, it's the first annual one. And they're going to be artists in their studio, and you'll go on a tour wherever you want to go for 2 full days. And it's coming up January 21st and 22nd. So they're going to be here on the 18th. So I encourage everybody to tune in. And some really well-known artists, local, Lynn Barletta, she's with the Visionary School of Arts. And I don't know everybody, but there are a lot of them. Suzanne Connors, Danuta Rothschild. I met her the other night at down on at the Fish House in Port Salerno. And there's one other name I recognize, but gosh, there's over 23. They'll probably add some more. Christina De La Vega, that's right. She might be coming on the show next week with Lynn and a couple of other people, with Suzanne Connors, and also. I mean, I just love that we're getting to be more of an artsy, cultural.
Yes, I
Isn't
think
that
so
neat?
too.
Yeah.
So it's more of an identity and something I think for the locals to enjoy
Yeah.
all year round.
Yeah.
You know?
And the 30th annual Arts Fest for Stuart, the Martin County Arts Fest, that's coming up also at the end of the month. And they're going to come on, I think, the week following. And then the other thing I heard you talking about, the boat show is this weekend, the Stuart
Yes.
Boat Show. So that's a huge fun thing to do, and hopefully I think we're going to have good weather. But I can't thank you enough for coming on tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
It's
I know.
fun.
Didn't get to thank you before we went off the air on the radio, but Melissa Winstead and Kim Ouellette, thank you very much. Volunteers in Medicine. Mary Fields, you're naughty you didn't come on here, but I hope you were listening. And I love you so much because of what you do, and you inspire me, and I think you do have a wonderful team here. There's just 2 members of it. So tune in next week. Oh, Caroline. Hi. Okay. She says, somebody's listening. She said, Julia, green is a great color in all shades, and it's my favorite color. Great. Hope they have a great turnout for their gala on January 28th. The chance to win a trip to Tuscany. That would be awesome. Yeah. So everybody remember that. And go to their Facebook page, go to their website, and get a ticket. So thanks until next week. I'm going to walk around and turn this off. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.